Welcome back to Share Market Secrets. Today, we're going to take a closer look at money printing and its potential consequences. Money printing, or quantitative easing, is the process of creating new money to stimulate economic growth, fund government programs, or stabilize financial markets. But where did this practice originate? The history of money printing dates back to the early days of paper money, which was first introduced in China during the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 AD. It wasn't until the 17th century, however, that governments began printing paper money as a means of financing wars and other expensive endeavors. In the 19th century, the gold standard became the norm, where the value of a currency was tied to a fixed amount of gold. This helped to stabilize currencies and prevent excessive money printing. However, the gold standard was abandoned during World War I, and by the 1930s, most countries had left it entirely, which led central banks to print unlimited amount of money without any limit. RBI/Fed or any central bank can print billions/trillions of money in a day now without having gold. The modern era of money printing began in the 2000s, following the financial crisis of 2008. Central banks around the world engaged in massive quantitative easing programs to stimulate economic growth and prevent a global depression. These programs involved creating new money and using it to buy government bonds and other assets, with the goal of keeping interest rates low and boosting lending and investment. While money printing can be an effective tool for stimulating economic growth, it also comes with risks. Printing too much money can lead to inflation and erode the value of savings and investments. A notorious example of this is Zimbabwe in the late 2000s, where the government printed so much money that the currency became virtually worthless, with prices for basic goods skyrocketing into the trillions. Rules for money printing. So, what are the rules that govern money printing? Here are some key points to keep in mind. Central banks are typically independent of political influence and have the sole responsibility of maintaining price stability and promoting economic growth. This means that they need to make decisions based on economic data rather than political pressure. Most central banks have inflation targets that they aim to meet. This means that they need to carefully balance the money supply to prevent excessive inflation. They can do this through a variety of tools such as adjusting interest rates, buying and selling government securities, and adjusting reserve requirements for banks. The decision to engage in money printing is not taken lightly, and is usually reserved for times of economic crisis or recession. Central banks may also use it to provide liquidity to financial markets during times of stress. Money printing is not the only tool available to central banks, and it should only be used in extreme cases. Printing too much money can lead to inflation, which can erode the value of savings and cause prices to skyrocket. Conclusion. And that's a brief history of money printing and how the gold standard was replaced, as well as the rules that govern money printing today. We hope you found this video informative and engaging. And if you did, be sure to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more videos on investing and personal finance. Thanks for watching Share Market Secrets.